The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Welcome to Victory Monday. We're going to ride this one out for a little bit because it might not be that many this year. No, just kidding. We're 2-2, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's where we all thought we'd be, just not in this fashion or especially not this much damage. We'll get to that in a minute. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is beautiful. 86 degrees. The high is 89. The low is 63.
That is Shannon. He is Nate. This is my boy Kurt. In the back is Chris handling some damage control back there. My boy running around.
Yes, he is.
But he doing it. He doing it. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us.
Feel us.
When we speak.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Cook, where you at, bro? Man,
91 yards.
How was your weekends, Jesse?
Good,
Who
man.
you got on your shirt over there?
The man that saved
Playmaker?
my life.
There you go.
Yes.
There we go.
Nice.
Got Jesse out the security
Got me
job.
out. Yeah, man.
Got him off that double
Yeah.
duty.
See,
Kurt?
I didn't do you like Jason. I ain't say we need 52 of you a day.
Kurt, how
Good.
How was your weekend?
Very nice.
Yeah?
Very nice.
Anything fun?
No, not particularly. It was just
No?
took it easy.
How your hips? You all right?
My hips?
Yeah.
They're getting
2
along.
pumps is good. 3 pumps get you a fine.
Hey, save that extra one and do it on my microphone over there. This thing's, my microphone's a little droopy today.
Yeah, don't use that other word.
Nate, how was your weekend?
Oh, man, it's fabulous, man.
Yeah?
I'm just trying to figure out.
Where you go? I know you drove somewhere.
Yeah, up in Oklahoma on the motorcycle. I'm trying to figure out what this kid is at Washington. If y'all text in and tell Jesse what y'all think about the kid at Washington. Don't bother me, but get Jesse. He'll tell me tomorrow.
Good. That boy good.
Could
That
be
boy
a problem
good.
up
And
there.
he ain't terrible.
He getting better. You got one over.
That boy is good.
Yeah, good. One on the East Coast that's getting better and better every game, and then one on the East Coast that's getting a little worse and
2
worse.
on the East
every
Coast.
game.
Yeah.
Well, one,
No,
been,
2.
one been bad.
One been bad and the other one is getting bad.
Yeah.
And if you like to gripe on Sundays about the Cowboys play calling and coaching decisions, go watch you some Eagles games.
Yeah.
You talking about give you fits as a fan. Woo!
What is the common denominator about
Oof,
the
don't do
offensive
that.
coordinators?
Don't do that.
This coordinator been following. Bro, this coordinator here, if you want to be wrecked, go get this certain guy. I can give you a guy number. You going to pay him.
He should have went and got that head coaching job because he losing his luster.
Yeah,
He losing his luster. He should have went back to college and got that head coaching job. He losing his boy wonder.
It'll be there. Somebody will give him one.
Sheesh.
Somebody give him one. How do we feel? Do we feel any better today about the Cowboys' run defense after the Ravens did the exact same thing
To the vaunted
Buffalo?
Bills.
Yeah, the good defense of the Buffalo
Good and
Bills.
plenty.
Almost the exact same number, wasn't it?
No, he had a little more yards. That man. Why is it that a guy that everybody thought we should have gave a little bit of attention to, now he's turning out to be a nightmare? If we don't rush for 100, it seems like he rushed for 150 or more. Why is Henry our nightmare now? Is this going to be the rest of the season? Every time he rush over 100 and we don't,
Not
people
mine.
going to call it. I'm good. I'm good, but I'm saying I listen to all our shows, and boy, Henry is a star.
I mean, he's been a star for a long
Yeah.
time. It ain't like the kid, the kid in San Fran right now, doing a really good job.
Mason.
Mason, right?
Yeah.
You knew what he was. You knew what he was and what he's capable of, and so you didn't do it. And
With a kind of makeshift offensive line. But then again, when you got a quarterback that is electric, and this kid threw yesterday pretty nice. Lamar threw some nice little, man.
Why is it getting or it seems like it's getting. We talked about Jaden Daniels. We talked about C.J. Stroud before the show. It seems like the quarterback position used to take you 2, 3, 4 years. You used to have to sit behind somebody. Is the college game changing? It seems like quarterback is starting to become like.
Check those C's.
It used to just be running back, right? And then it got to where your wide receivers, you could step in and the special ones would come in the first year and have a good rookie year. And then now it's like, now you got some superstars at wide receiver in the first year. Now quarterback's starting to get to where you can come in the first year and have some success.
Check your OCs.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that Jesse spoke on it while we was over there. And I'm check your OCs. People are not going with the old dogs no more. Not an offensive coordinator. You may still have some defensive values there because it still works. Mm-hmm. Even though it's spread, it still works. But these young guys, they willing to look at film and say, this dude can do this and this dude can do that.
They're tailoring.
So I'm going to take a part of
Okay.
I'm going to take maybe 25 to 30% of what he did best in college and incorporate it on what we think we can help him with and just put a little bit more on him each week. And
instead of being old school and going, this is what I do, he's got to fit into
and
this.
this is who we are. And believe it or not, fellas, check the records. I haven't. People are starting to rely a little bit more on that run game now. People are starting to rely on it. So with the way these young OCs are doing it, man. So it started with the boy from LSU with the Bengals.
Joe Brady.
Yes, sir. That's where it started, I think.
But you remember the viral clip, this is from Hard Knocks or some sort of NFL type thing, maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, where you had John Gruden was yelling at, was it Colt McCoy was a quarterback? Who was that Texas quarterback that was at, it was in, who's the guy on NBC now? Pro Football, he's on there. Sims.
Yeah.
And remember, I forgot who the quarterback was, but you saw John Gruden and he's like giving them the play. And he gets in the huddle and he cannot recite the play.
Right.
Because the play is this long.
Right. For real. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how you and I came into this league.
Right.
The play was a mile long. And now they've cut some of the verbiage out.
Okay.
They've used more of the college concepts. And then to Nate's point, these OCs are getting younger and younger and young. I mean, listen to the game last night. The defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. You know how old he is?
About 28.
He's 32 years old.
Wow.
He's a 32-year-old, and he is in control of the entire franchise's defense. He's 32 years old.
Aren't most of the coordinators, especially offensively, I mean, you're seeing all this innovative motioning and stuff. They're all young guys, right?
They're all young guys. And that's the part, I said it a couple of weeks ago, and I said, we give coaches, credit for doing things. Sometimes we don't shame them enough from being stubbornly dumb. Mm-hmm. And you're seeing, those old stubborn guys are kind of getting phased out. Your way ain't the way no more. It's not. And these new young guys, the Joe Bradys of the world, the Ben Johnsons in Detroit, the Bobby Slowicks in Houston, of course, the Kyle Shanahans of the world, and the Mike McDaniel, like all these young guys who are willing to look at the game and go, this is not the old brand of football. We got different athletes. We have different talents. We should be able to do more things with these guys than what the old guard said we had to do. And it's working. And it's working. And now the one thing I will push back on is that, for every Jaden Daniels, for every CJ Stroud that comes along, it's a few that ain't.
Yeah.
It's a few you look up and you go, oh, this kid. It's a Bryce Young floating around out there, right? Caleb Williams ain't doing too well right now. Mac Jones a year ago. I mean, they're quarterbacks who we come out every single year and they'll be, Bo Mix ain't quite hot as, he won the game the other day with 10-9. But, there for every Jaden, there's a Bryce. Two or three of them.
Yeah.
So,
but
sometimes sitting them a little bit and giving them a little bit of time to develop
man.
may not be such a bad thing.
Can you repeat that?
Sitting them and letting them develop may not always be a bad thing.
I think this year is the youngest average age for quarterbacks in NFL history.
You ruined too many good quarterbacks, above average quarterbacks, When I came into the league, we had a lot more quarterbacks that was above average. Not the great, but above average when I came into the league because they had to pay their dues. Don't let the money ruin your franchise. Like, you can't tell me that the kid that's at Minnesota, if he was that kid back then with the Jets.
The Jets.
Come on, man. The Jets could have saved a lot of money. If they'd have just signed him for a year, brought him on real slowly, found the right coordinator for him, let him mature. I mean, I maybe he's a one-hit wonder. Like Baker Mayfield. Maybe he is. But see, like me, Baker found a way with the Rams and said, and went to Tampa Bay, and they said, okay. He better, man.
They found the right coordinators. They were just in L.A. and San Francisco.
Yeah.
Not in New York.
And you can look at New England's probably doing it that way, right? They've taken Drake May and said, we're going to give
this kid a chance.
We're going to let Jacoby Brissett take the beating.
Hey, man.
We're going to let him get whooped up on.
Why you got to make it seem so bad?
Have you watched the Patriots?
Yeah, I have.
Jacoby Brissett is getting his tail whooped. And so, and then next year they'll be able to add some more offensive linemen and some more things. Yeah. And now you don't break this kid's confidence. You don't have this kid seeing ghosts and flinching back there because he's getting beat up. So you get a chance to come in and learn and see what it looks like from the sidelines and understand that, I got to be better at what I do.
And I'm looking at Dak. What I'm saying is maturity, because Dak is every other. He can't throw 3 passes in a row without getting hit. And so, but now he's mature enough. He's getting it out. I mean, eventually I think they're going to get the best of him because you just can't keep getting hit like that. But a young guy will be looking at the left tackle by now saying, bro, come on. You'll be watching the sideline like, hey, man, this ain't going to work over here.
What do you think?
Coach.
Coach. Dak is 31 years old. Where do you think he ranks as far as age of quarterbacks?
Which means
he probably ranks about the age of quarterbacks where you rank him as a quarterback. He's in the top 10.
Yeah.
So he's probably somewhere 7-ish.
Oh, okay.
I guess. I bet he's third or fourth.
7th.
Oh, Chris, did you say you wanted to guess?
Not anymore.
Were you going to guess 7?
Close to it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Flacco's like out there, right?
I forgot about him. He got to play
they were
weekend,
going through
didn't he?
starts. Aaron Rodgers 40, Kirk Cousins 36, Stafford 36, Wilson is 35, although Field is younger. Carr's 33, Geno Smith 33, and then Dak and Jacoby Brissett.
So he'll bump down one spot when Flacco starts in Indy this week.
You just cannot. You can, because teams do it. But you got to give if you got a young guy that's special, even this kid at Washington, who I think if he continued on this path can be special. I believe in time will tell us everything. But just like that kid for Texans, I mean, this kid is special, man, and everybody just can't walk on the field and do what they do, or walk on the field and make these throws they making, man, or understand what's going on. I just don't believe in it.
All right, let's take our first break.
When we come back, we'll talk about Cowboy stuff in the next segment.
Yeah, finally. It was a good weekend. We had a little break from Cowboy football.
At least we won on the losing side.
The injury bug is here, man. It used to be hamstrings in this building. Now it's other things. Let's talk about that. How does that impact what's going to happen?
Soft tissue.
Ooh, and other stuff.
About like your microphone, soft tissue.
Wow. We'll be right back.
Hey Cowboys fans, as official whiskey sponsor of the NFL, it's not a kickoff without the generous spirit of Crown Royal, and that's why we've built the Crown Royal Rig. An absurdly awesome 18-wheeler delivering the generous spirit to stadiums and tailgates across the country. Follow the Royal Rig on its journey from city to city, bringing together local cuisine, NFL legends, and the opportunity to pack a purple bag for charity and win tickets to Super Bowl 59. Visit crownroyal.com for rules and more. Please drink responsibly.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, Crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry. Even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection, and sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt.
Yes.
7-Eleven.
All right.
And Cowboys Nation, get ready for the ultimate game day experience. Thanks to 7-Eleven, you can win a VIP experience to the Cowboys versus Bengals showdown on December the 9th. Just text Cowboys VIP, I did it, and it works, so do it, to 711-711. That's 711-711 for your chance to win premium club tickets, sideline passes, travel, and more. Don't miss out. Enter now. If I win, I'm going to give it to one of our listeners because I'm probably not eligible. Maybe we'll have a call-in show if I win and we can give it away on the show. No purchase necessary. Ends on 11/20. Must be 18 or older in the U.S., D.C. Void where prohibited. Message and data rates may apply. Visit bit.ly/go711711 for full details and non-text entry. There you go. All right.
Read.
Thank you. Reading's hard. Shouldn't have given the guy from Louisiana. Maybe I'll get one of you guys to read this next time.
You're doing great.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Kurt.
Yes.
Give us an injury update. What's going on with the squad?
Oh, everybody's hurt. Lawrence is out.
So what you trying to say? Everybody that's somebody on defense is hurt. Wow,
Tell us who's healthy. How about
Yeah,
that? Tell us who's healthy. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. That might be easier. Well, we know DeMarcus Lawrence. He's got the Lisfranc foot injury. He'll be out at least 4, more likely closer to 8 weeks, they're saying.
4 to 8.
Doesn't need surgery.
That's 2 months for everyone doing math at home.
Yeah. So they'll be without him. Micah Parsons out at least 2 weeks probably, saying up to 4, but it seems like he's going to be on the shorter end of that. They're hoping.
He's hoping.
Yeah, that may be the key. He is hoping. Those are the 2 big ones, obviously. So how do we fix this, Rich?
And they're both currently in a boot on scooters. So that says a lot.
So question for you guys. Injury creates opportunity, right?
It ain't here.
Okay. Well, that was my question.
Good talk.
It's not in the building.
And Overshown.
We draft the guy in the second round.
But I said this morning, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And you brought the name up. 3 or 4 years ago, an injury, oddly enough, to DeMarcus Lawrence. I think it was a foot injury, right?
Yeah, he didn't have it.
Led you to finding out that Micah Parsons would be a really good pass rusher. Mm-hmm. Does this opportunity now, and maybe it's just third downs, do I make DeMarvion Overshown my new edge rusher, at least on third downs?
He's fast enough.
Yeah, he got speed.
Got the speed, long arms.
Big,
I'm sure he has some bend. I bring in Marifal. No.
Marifal.
I bring in Maris Luafau.
Did you talk to Kyle, by the way?
No, I ain't seen him yet. The game was Thursday.
I bring in Maris, and I have Kendrick, that's my linebackers on third downs, and I bring Overshown and I allow him to rush the passer.
No, he's only 220. We've been talking about.
Yeah, but he's young. We beat him into the ground. He's all right. We do the same thing we did with Micah.
Give him an extra helping of chicken tenders in there.
Yeah.
Would this? Do you think that's an option? Do you think
It has to be.
Reason why you found out was because Dan Quinn was willing to try something like that. Do you think Zimmer would be willing to do something like that and be unconventional, or do you think he's so old school that he would be like, no, this is where you're at?
You don't have the personnel. Like, you just don't have the guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
lack of bodies may make it.
I mean,
try.
bring up Carl Lawson. Great job, my boy. But who? Like, you don't have. You're already down Sam Williams. Now you're down Micah and Tank. Those are your top 3 pass rushers. Who else do you have?
And you weren't doing a great job of getting to the quarterback anyway,
with those
right?
guys.
No, it only 8 sacks.
So it's like, at this point in time, if your GM is not going to go out and trade for people, I know that we can't talk about guys who are currently on other rosters, so we won't do that. But go trade for people and really be all in. You didn't have the guys when you had those 2 guys. Now, minus those 2 guys, you do not have the guys on this roster that you can go out there and say, boy. And while Mozzie played really good in 25 snaps last week, we're going to need 50 now, bro.
Nate, the optimistic forever Cowboy. Okay? I need some optimism here. We already had a struggling defense, right? Mm-hmm. There was already a gray, dark cloud about to just open up with a hailstorm on the defensive side of the ball.
Paint an ugly picture.
Is this going to be really ugly? Or is there or can this be, do you have faith that this might be you can stop the dam from breaking and just hold up?
If you just tell me that Steelers film room gonna blow up and they can't get no film on us, I can tell you that. But if they get some film on us,
maybe that's a positive. There's no film on the guys that you're plugging in, right? Okay, Jesse, I'm grabbing for straws. Santa Claus again, man.
Nah,
don't look at me like that,
bro. They like running the ball. Now they've lost some guys too, the Steelers, on the offensive line, but they like running the ball. They're gonna give their young kid, or either their old guy, a chance, to win this game by running it through the run game first. And that's just the bottom line. Our guys.
You don't think they'll, because they'll have less pass pressure coming at them, they might turn to the
Hell no.
I wouldn't.
Still run it?
Hell
Still
no.
run it? Okay.
I mean,
You get ready to see.
dangerous.
You get ready to see with what's the kid named
Najee Harris.
and Justin Fields. You get ready to see Baltimore 2.0.
And if you've never seen Fields run, he might be better than Lamar.
You about to see
running.
that.
He's
And Mike. The thing I love about Mike Tomlin, Mike Tomlin ain't gonna sugarcoat it. He ain't gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna try to out this and that." Mike Tomlin gonna go, listen. Here's what they were with those 2 guys.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in the world we gonna come into this game and not try to abuse those
I would
dudes
just
up front.
Run right at him.
Every single.
Right at the right end.
What's today? Monday?
Yeah.
If we come back in here on Monday, I need to see one stat.
One stat again.
I need to see one stat.
Rushing attempts to the left side.
Passing attempts. If Justin Fields has over 17 passing attempts, the Cowboys won this football game.
17.
Mark it,
Wow.
mark it, Chris. Mark it.
You sure you want to go 17? You want to go 25 just in case they're a little better team?
You mean to tell me you're not going to have Tank, who was probably your best run defender up front, and you're not going to have Micah, who is most doubtably the best player on your defense, and you are already giving up over 150 yards rushing, and you won't have either of those dudes?
Is it better, that being said, Tank on the left side of the offensive line, right? Is it better when you have a weakness like that to run around the end or run off between the guard and the tackle when you have, or does it matter?
It don't matter. You just run at Tank. See, that one thing, Tank is a movement guy. He's his best when he's moving. I just run straight at him. I make him, because he's a lean guy.
Make him decide?
He plays with all leverage. He don't have bulk. He has, so I don't like to move on him because he can get away from blocks. He can get his hands out and quick enough to stop him and disengage. I would run straight at him. So he have to use all that power to stop me. But in this case, you got other guys. You can look at your roster, unproven guys, and they like to run. Look that up for us, Kurt. How many times is Steelers average running the ball this early season? They like to run the ball, and they quarterback is very versatile when it comes to running. So if they get away from it, more power to him. I feel
he might be. I'm not gonna say he's a better runner than Lamar. He might be a stronger runner.
He's definitely a stronger runner. He can run.
Might not be better
because he ran over some folks this past game,
but stronger for sure.
Yeah,
they're tied for first in overall rushing attempts.
And what is that?
138.
Yeah.
I gotta find the average.
They coming, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
They coming, man.
138. That's 30, 31 or 2 per game. 32 per game.
Because and when you have Justin Fields, who, in my opinion, isn't really a good thrower. Now, there's a difference between being able to make a few throws and being a thrower.
Yes.
He's not a thrower. When you want to limit a young quarterback's ability to harm you in the passing game by turning the ball over, 3 and outs, and so on and so forth, you run the football, you run play action, you get the tight ends involved.
That's it.
I am not complicating this. Like, if I am the OC for the Pittsburgh Steelers, there is zero chance I am complicating this offense. This will be a very simple. It's
called execution week.
This will be a very simple game plan to me. The Cowboys are going to have to prove to me, minus their best 2 defensive players, you are going to have to prove to me that you can stop me from running this football. I might run the football 45 times. And then on top of that, you're again going to have to prove to me that your left tackle is worth anything. Because I'm lining TJ Watt up right over 60.
The thing about
welcome to the NFL, young
See how
fella.
many holding penalties you get.
Welcome to the NFL,
I
young
remember
fella.
we used to be in practice, man, and not so much Coach Johnson, but our running back coach. I can't think of his name. Bless his heart, great man. He's passed away. Norv would do something kind of wild, like a double reverse or something. And the running back coach, he just, what are we doing now? He just, what coach talking about? Coach Joe, what are you doing now? And everybody, if we finally figured out, okay, Norv done put a wrinkle in here that he thinks should go to Emmett. He said, well, let's at least throw a screen to Moose. If we just want to waste the play.
But I'm telling you, if I'm Najee Harris, boy, I'm in the hyperbaric chamber this week. I'm ice tubbing, cold tubbing. I got the Normatex on my legs. I'm hydrating. I'm drinking my water, my cherry juice. I'm doing all of these things because I'm like, man, coach.
Start him on your fantasy team. Huh?
Yeah, I'm like, coach, hey, did you see what I saw?
Yeah.
Did you see what I saw, coach? And Mike Tomlin, the real one, he gonna be like, hey, young fella, I hope you hydrated because we gonna feed you till you throw up.
Yeah, man. Wow.
He's 8th in the NFL in attempts, 68.
Who is?
Harris.
Najee Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the first? Oh, Derrick Henry. We saw him. Alvin Kamara. We saw him. Yeah. All these guys we about to see. Look, number 1 is the Mason kid from San Francisco. We'll see him. Derrick Henry, we already saw him, saw what happened with that. Alvin Kamara, we already saw him, saw what happened with that. Yeah. Saquon Barkley, they don't have anything else in Philadelphia right now with Saquon. We're going to see Saquon.
Twice.
Mm-hmm. Kyrie Irving for the Rams, Jonathan Taylor, we won't see him. And then Josh Jacobs for Green Bay. And then Najee Harris, 8th. Yeah, you best believe.
Who's 9 and 10?
9th is the Washington's running back.
BJ.
Robinson.
See him twice.
We'll see him twice.
And then Stevenson with the Patriots.
Hey, this run game starting to slip back into the NFL, man.
It's swinging back, isn't it?
Yeah. Just a little bit. It ain't going to take over, but it's
right after they said, we're not paying running backs anymore. Oh, now that we've kind of lowered the floor.
Yeah, there's been a couple stories out that the passing yards per game is dropping in the last 10 years. It's like the lowest it's been. And the rushing yards is up for the highest since like 2003 or something like that.
And to what Nate always says, teams are now using these first 4 or 5 games as their preseason games.
Yes,
and
sir.
the running game has been able to keep things afloat. while they're figuring out all these other pieces, trying to mesh them and gel them together. The running game's been the one thing that's been able to kind of keep some of these teams, afloat and give them a chance to win games late in the game.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, more Cowboys talk on Hanging with the Boys.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection, and sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
They figured that out, didn't Jesse?
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by Jigsaw, the proud official dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Jigsaw.
All right. Football. What do you want to talk about, Kurt? Last segment.
Football.
All
Let's
yours.
talk about
Kurt's
football.
Corner. Should we bring Kurt's Corner back?
Kurt's Corner.
Let's go, Kurt's Corner.
Nobody wants
Yeah.
that.
Go. Your turn.
That was before me. Coach
Look
Brown
at
never
your
heard that
ideas,
before.
man. Look at your own ideas and tell us what
Does he have a
Kurt.
catchy song we can get?
Possible
Yeah,
ideas.
We need a theme song.
We
man.
tried it, and he didn't
Round
have a whole lot to
NFL,
add,
Washington
so
9, 3-1. Philly loses.
We've been talking about Parsons and Lawrence. How does this mentally affect your locker room? Are these guys like, oh boy, here we go, or is this breed an excuse of losing or something like that?
Someone asked me this the other day, and this is where I sometimes fans sometimes think that like players aren't human and don't have like human responses to things. There are a lot of guys in that locker room who may say the right things in the media, next man up, and guys got to step up and guys got to come together.
And then once locker room availability's over and
Man, we
everybody's
screwed.
out.
The real guys that understand the winning and losing and saying what he says.
Really?
They're like, bro, what we gonna do?
Guy like me who just was playing at one point, man, I'm finna ball out.
And guess what? Like even you balling out don't equate to us.
No, it ain't gonna mount much.
You know what I'm saying? Like
does that mental we're screwed carry over into the physical part of actually going out and playing?
Now you try to go out there and give your very best, right? Because the opportunities present themselves to you, and hopefully it can last long. But there are certain things that you see, like I'm in the huddle, and Miles Austin tells me that he can no longer run. I'm done. Now, and the first thing I said to him was, "What are we gonna do?" Not that. Let's go. I was like, man, I'm like,
here's my chance. I'm in. Let's go, coach.
No. Like, you go out there and you play, but I'm like, I'm telling Miles this in the huddle. I'm like, bro, we are down Dez, and now you?
You want me to rub it for you?
Like what the hell are we going to do? Like, what are we going to do? Because at the end of the day, you're the one for a reason. Not saying that I wouldn't want to attempt to be the one, but boy, life is a lot easier when you're on the other side and I'm on this side. When Dez on the other side and I'm on. So, yes, next man up, I get an opportunity. But let's not fool ourselves.
The offensive line, if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm saying, Coach, like, we ain't turning protection. No, turn it well.
Yeah.
Who we turning to?
Yeah,
right.
We blocking one-on-one. And when we do pass, I'm opening up the playbook. Because your corners are saying, those are the most outspoken guys is your corners. The corners said, just said, like, we're barely getting there with Parsons.
We got to cover forever now.
I'm
we got to
telling you,
cover
Coach
forever.
Harris, like, well, I'm going to earn this assistant head coach job.
All right, let me. All right, I'm gonna look for Santa Claus here. Jesse, don't give me a look
All
like
right.
you did earlier.
Okay.
This is just me.
I'm gonna look down first.
This is me looking for some kind of
Let's
silver
get on
lining.
our phones.
Yeah.
because you've heard multiple people in the locker room say hero ball. People aren't doing what they're supposed to do. You got two guys that are out, right? Multiple guys that are out. People that step in, could it be a positive that they're going to do their job because they want to keep their job and they want to show that they can do that, and they're going to be where they're supposed to be, even though
you see that.
Look, Jesse's doing. Nate's laughing. Jesse's doing his best to hold it together. Could that be a positive that a guy's going to be like, I'm going to do what they asked me to do because I want to be reliable?
You see that?
No. What you're saying is absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like that guy's gonna do. He's gonna be where he's supposed to
job,
be.
yeah.
He's gonna be.
He's trying to make the team.
He's gonna be the job doer of all job doers.
It is still.
It ain't gonna be enough. You're absolutely right. Whoever the fill-in guy is gonna be like, man, I don't have the ability to do what Michael does. I can't YOLO. And those probably the two guys who YOLO the most, Micah and Tank. So yes, the guy that's coming in is gonna be like, okay, Coach said I gotta hold this gap. I'm gonna hold this gap. I'm gonna hold it outside. Whatever it is.
But physically,
you're not Micah Parsons.
Yeah, but it's like you're asking one like.
Thank you for putting some equity into what I said. I appreciate it.
Equating
Nate,
it to
you're
other
supposed to be my guy.
to other sports, like if your second string goalie is in their hockey, you know guys are thinking, oh God, we're in trouble. But the team itself rallies around, they play better, they win. Same with
you said goalie.
Right, but I'm
saying
saying
goalie.
Well, but you
got to goalie.
Still, you got a bad pitcher on the man. The hitters are like, we got to pick it up. But you're not asking one guy to replace him. You're asking, can the team as a whole buckle down? And
we posed this question earlier on another show that I was doing, and now the onus comes back to 4. It's now, Dak, I need you to go and do more. I need again, we're not going to the backup of the backup and asking him to be a superstar, right? Like, no, we're going to find another superstar that has the potential to take over a game, man. Right? Like, hey, because even your best corners can't take over a game,
right?
You're still relying upon,
but as a defensive unit, like the whole front, the offensive line say, okay, we have to be more set in what we're going to do. We have to be more technically sound because we don't have those two guys to wipe up our mistakes.
I think that's a good question. Let me take it a step further. Do you, as an offensive coordinator, now go, okay, defensively, we're not holding anybody under 30 points. Do we open up the playbook and go, we got to start early, we got to take bigger shots?
You have to.
You change it, right?
Your best defense will be your offense. How many points can we score? Can we give our defense a cushion? Right? Can we give them a cushion if they want to be ultra aggressive?
Or keep them off the field.
Keep them off the field. Can we give them enough cushion that if they have a bad series, it's not a backbreaker? Right? If we give them a 14-point cushion, then they have a little bit of a wiggle room to kind of make mistakes.
Been able to do
what you haven't been able to do.
Right?
But then the onus now becomes who is my next. There's nobody on this defense that you're going to be able to say, hey, step up and be the next Micah Parsons. You're not. You just aren't. Overshown is going to be a really good player in this league, but he is not Micah Parsons.
There's only one.
There's only one.
Yeah.
So now it comes to the point where you're saying, hey, $60 million man, know you've been doing a lot.
Need a little more.
Need a little more. Need a little more.
For the next 2 months.
Like if at least till we get to the bye, right? Like at least 2 more weeks. If they score 30, you got to give me 31. If they score 31, you got to find a way to give me 32.
How many field goals is 31 points?
10. 11.
So you
33.
You know, kicker, Lord Jesus. You're kind of just great stuff.
No, I mean like you.
I just everybody I be around.
You missed a Cowboy. Come on, give us some
everybody
hope.
I be around. It's just it all. This kicker got y'all going, ain't it, man? Hey, Aubrey, Herbie kick a 99-yard or so, and then when y'all find out that still ain't gonna be enough to win the game, maybe y'all can get off of it. We ain't scoring 6 points enough.
I agree. I think we all agree.
It's all about the kicking. I can see if it was 35 to 36 or something like this.
So can you score more?
You have to. It ain't no more.
You have to.
And how do you do it with what you've seen these first 4 games?
Yeah. And I'm going to answer your question, but my fear is I want Dak to understand that we got to do more.
But don't force.
But I don't want him to press.
Don't press that thing.
Like, I don't want him to press. Because, like, even now, we're talking about last week against the Giants, we talked about, they aren't creating any separation. And so tight window throws can only go but for so long before it's a off-the-shoulder pad, tip ball, you know what I'm saying? A guy jumps the route, whatever it may be. So I don't want him to be, like, trying to force things in there. But this is one of those days where he has to come out and go, I have to be good. I have to be great on every series. To Nate's point, the only time we should hear Brandon Aubrey's name is for extra points and kickoffs. Like we need to limit him being the points total scorer of the game.
Do you think at this point they have, once they know they're in his range, even if it's 55 yards, that they're playing more conservative to make sure they get at least those 3 points?
Nah, you got to go. Like,
have they been doing that though?
I think offensively they have been a little bit hamstrung because of their offensive line.
Yes, sir.
And
badly.
And you rely on a good kicker because at the end of the day, you want to end this thing with a kick, right? Punt, kick, or a field goal or extra point. You want to end in a kick. So I get why they're using that resource because it's a really good resource to have. But when you're down this bad, like now you're starting to think to yourself, like, again, my best defense is us offensively. Yeah. We got to have longer sustained drives. We got to get touchdowns out of this because our defense, for the most part, is probably going to be on the field a long time.
Do you know why he's not at his prime now for the Ravens? Tucker, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Justin Tucker.
You know why he was so great? Because they had a great defense. You wasn't scoring but 23, 24 points a game. That was it.
If that, you were scoring like 17, 20.
You kick a field goal here and a field goal there. All Lamar got to produce a couple of touchdowns. You win the game. But when you depending on, you can't give up 30 points and it ain't gonna work. Oh, we kicked 3 field goals. That's 9. They scored 3 touchdowns. That's 21. Come on, fellas. I mean, I love this kid. Aubrey, great, man. You beat the curse of the camp pole. But come on, man. This can't be our – we can't walk in there because we walk in here 5 more times, I'm like, oh, Aubrey, and it ain't game-winning field goals. I mean, we probably lost the game. I don't care how many records he set.
All right, fellas. What are we doing tomorrow?
Phone calls.
Let's take phone calls.
For real?
You said Tuesday would be phone call day.
Yeah, let's do phone
this dude ain't gonna. We ain't gonna let the fans
all of them.
talk.
Kurt, don't even send a rundown.
Oh, all right.
Don't send a rundown.
We ain't gonna let the fans talk.
All phone calls all day, the entire segment.
Back to back to back.
888-855-2297.
Call us.
What is it again, Jay?
888-855-2297.
That's it. Call Chris at 12:20 to get in line.
Yeah, but we finna run it for
Lock
real.
them down. All day. How many lines do we have? Just one?
Man, how do we use these computers?
Goes
2 lines.
Did you say computer?
No, I ain't finna ruin. Jesse been great the last few weeks. This dude,
I'm due for a day off.
By the way, all you gotta do is walk through the door.
I'm due for a day off.
Walk through the door, you get that $10. You just sit there in silence.
I'm due for a day off.
Kurt, good job. That's the most you've talked in the 4 weeks we've been on the air.
Hey,
My boy.
Hey, don't do that.
My boy, 3 pounds.
Don't do that, man.
There we go.
Don't do that, man. Don't do my boy like that,
Fellas,
man.
good stuff.
Hey,
Good
but you
seeing
was
y'all.
a great comedian today, Shannon.
stuff.
You was a great comedian with all these questions. you asked.
Stop. I'm just trying to find Santa
How
Claus.
good will they be? And then he talk about the rally.
Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air.
Oh, rally.
Jazz and
Rally the
Josh,
troops.
thanks for keeping Chris company in the back. We'll be back
Hiroshima, you ever
tomorrow.
heard of
Call
him?
us. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!